Hey guys, today we're going to be going through my Mobile Legends Adventure Beginner's Guide. If you're new to the channel, firstly, welcome. I haven't been able to find an official Discord for the game yet, so I will be opening up a section in my Discord for the game if you want to connect with other players, playing the game, have a chat, and so on. So the first thing I want to cover about this game is, yes, it's an idle game, so even if you're incredibly busy, you can't get on and spend some time on the game, as long as you can log in every 12 hours and click this chest in the bottom right corner, you'll be progressing. Basically, the game, even when it's turned off, will be collecting experience, gold, resources, all that stuff for you, and all you have to do is collect it at least once every 12 hours, as it does cap out at 12 hours of collected resources. So that's the first thing. If nothing else, that's what you want to be doing. Now, we are in the campaign here. The campaign mode in this game is one where you can't go back and repeat levels. You just go as far as you can. Once you hit a stage where you can't beat, you go play some other content. You go AFK, collect those rewards later on, upgrade your heroes, and keep trying to go forward. So I'll jump into this one here. We're 99% sure that I'm going to fail because this is where I'm stuck at the moment. I'm just trying to upgrade my heroes. As you can see for combat, you've got down the bottom, you can see my heroes. You can see their health bar and their energy bar. Their energy bar, once it reaches full, allows them to use like their ultimate skill. They do have other skills that they will just use periodically throughout the fight as well. But here you go. There is me losing that battle. We'll go back to this and talk about the character selection. Now, you have 3 rows of battle. You have your front row, middle row, and back row. The front row is for your tanks, if we keep it basic. The back row is for your squishiest units. And then the middle row is for, out of your other 3 units or 4 units, the ones that aren't as squishy. You can really mix this around though, test different lineups. Like for instance, if I tried putting him on that row, putting this guy up front, like changing stuff around can really make a difference to the battle. So because there's no energy cost or anything like that for the battle, you can just do it unlimited times. Feel free to just try whatever combinations you want and see something may just work out better than something else. Once we jump out of that, that's the campaign. That's all the basics there. The next thing I really want to look at is basically your heroes, your hero page, and everything about them. So if we jump in here, you look at your hero, you can see all their main stats there. If you click on one of the stats, you can see more detailed stats about your hero. You do have, obviously, their class up the top here. You can see it's a tank, speciality, crowd control. So this unit here, her ultimate basically stuns everyone in a cone. So really good for that crowd control, stopping your enemies and stuff like that. So it's pretty obvious what they are when you see it. As you can see here, this guy's a tank. He's a crowd control and charge. Charge meanings that he pushes through the lines and attacks enemies like that. As you can see here, we've got a support class. Specialty is healing. Fairly self-explanatory. That's pretty much it on this first page. If you want to see the 2D animation, you can hit that animation down there. The 2Ds are pretty good. So the next thing I want to look at is equipment. So equipment, you can just basically, you gain it throughout your gameplay. You get your grey, which is the common. Then you go through green, blue, so on and so forth. You just keep getting better gear. When you do finally complete a set of greens, you will get this bonus in the middle. You can see that bonus is from having a full set of greens. Now you can have 1 or 2 pieces, up to 5 pieces basically, of higher rarity. As you can see, I've got some blue gear equipped. It's still going to give me the green bonus because the blues are higher than green. Basically, you just want to complete those sets. If we look over here, I do have one hero that is on a full blue set, and as you can see, he's got those better rewards, and then you just got to keep upgrading your gear like that. And that is the gear. Now, the next thing is for upgrading gear, you can actually get these tokens, which you do get from the Labyrinth. We'll go through the Labyrinth in a little bit, but it's definitely something you want to do to get these tokens so that you can actually upgrade your gear. So we can just go like that, upgrade, and that's how you upgrade the gear. The next thing is runes, and runes are something that you unlock. I think it's like level 41, maybe. And it's basically just adding stats to your heroes. You gain these resources just from AFK rewards and stuff like that. Yeah, it's basically you just keep pressing it, you get more stats, it increases the level, the level. This is more your rune level, and yeah, flat stat increases, different things. As you can see, different heroes will have different things. He gets some lifesteal, some attack speed, stuff like that. Other heroes, if I can find a hero that has, as I said, they got to be level 41 to get it. This one here, obviously being a tank, you get some damage reduction, you get more HP, armor, resistance, stuff like that. So that is pretty much the basics for your character selection. You have the basic stats and their skills here, you have your equipment, and then also your runes, which are the main ways to upgrade your heroes along with their levels. The next thing we want to look at is going to be summoning. Obviously, we've looked at the heroes. You want to look, how do you get the heroes? It's summoning. With this game, definitely, I recommend diamonds. Use them on summons. That's what I love about these type of games. There's no energy system that you have to refill. You can sometimes buy gear with diamonds. I avoid it. I just want to get the heroes. You do need duplicates of heroes to upgrade them. So if you're asking what am I using my diamonds for, simple answer is summons. Let's just do a 10 times summon here and see what we can get. Hoping for a 5-star. I wasn't planning on doing this because I was saving up for a summon video. As you can see, it went gold there. I am going to get a 5-star in this pool, and the game is lagging out for some reason. And there we go. We got gourd. That's our 5-star there. And you just go through like that. You summon. You get some 1 and 2 stars. Now, 3 stars are still very useful characters. And as you can see there, I did get a 4-star. But the 4-star summons are basically just 3 stars upgraded to 4-star. As you can see, I've got the Eudora, I suck at names, the Eudora there as a 3-star, but I also have her as a 4-star. So it basically just saves you having to power up and gets it like that. So we'll jump out of that and then talk about what we actually do with those duplicate heroes. And over here at the Fusion Shrine, you can see we use those heroes to upgrade themselves. So it's very in depth as you go further, this system, but it's very easy to figure out because when you click on a hero, it'll tell you exactly what you need to fuse it to the next level. So as you can see there, I just got her fused. There is also another really nice feature down here, which is quick fuse. So any of the no-brainer fusions, this will just automatically put in there. If you have 4 or 5 of them, it will do them all and you just hit OK and it will automatically fuse them like that. But like I said, as you get further, this guy, once again, now I can actually fuse him up a level. So we can do that. He is a natural 5-star, which is really, really nice. You can get him up like that. And now for him to go to the next stage, all I need is any magic element hero. So you do, I missed this at the start. On the right over there, you can see you have elemental, you have tech, you have martial, which is more physical. Then you have light and dark. If you want to just follow for elemental advantage, it's your basic elements. Just look at the colors. Red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red, and then light and dark counter each other. So as you can see here, I just need another elemental hero at that rarity. It doesn't have to be a natural 5-star. It can be one of those natural 3-stars, and then you can actually just go for there. I've got to look at this guy's skills a bit more to decide if I want to go there with him, because I do have other heroes I want to build, but I think I will eventually go for him. But for now, we're just going to leave that there. So that is the fusion. Very main part of the game. That's why summons are so important. You want to summon so that you can fuse and keep upgrading your heroes. The next one we're going to look at is the Dismantle Shrine. Now, we just did those summons. Here you can reset heroes. So you can just spend 20 diamonds, which is really cheap. You will get back, so for instance, I'll just do this here for example. You'll get back all the gold you spent upgrading them, all the experience, all the resources you spent upgrading them, and all the gear. The only thing you won't get is whatever stage you've got them to at the fusion tower, they will stay there. You're not going to get all your separate heroes that you fuse back. Your hero stays the same, you just get all those resources and gear back. So you can do that at any time. Really, really nice feature to be able to experiment with other heroes. The next thing we looked at is character dismantle. Now, all the 1 and 2-star units are rubbish. They're just there to sacrifice. You dismantle them like this. You get some of these yellow gems, the shrine crystals, and you can actually use them at the shop, and you can buy summons. So really good. That's pretty much what the 1 and 2 stars are for. You sell them off, try and summon something better with what you get from them. You're not going to get that instantly, but eventually you will get some. Equipment, you can dismantle here. I just go quick select, get rid of all my grey gear. I'm not using grey gear anymore. You dismantle and you can get more resources to power up your gear. The artifact one, I haven't actually unlocked. You need to get to campaign 11.1 to unlock. I think I'm on campaign 10, the last one of 10. So probably tomorrow I might figure out what that is, but that's a bit down. I can add that into a future guide. Moving on past that, we're going to look at the other thing I wanted to talk about first is the heroes. When we look at it here, you can go to the gallery, look at your heroes. If you do have a hero summoned, you can go to story. The first time you summon it, down the bottom here, there will be a collect. You can collect 100 diamonds for each new hero that you do summon, which is really nice. Now, elite heroes are not going to be anywhere near as good as epic heroes at the end of the game. However, early game, some of these elite heroes, because you can get duplicates of them much easier and get them fused much faster, they are still going to be really decent. So if we go to here, I have been really lucky on my summons with summoning some of the natural 5 stars. But for instance, Rafaela, she's the healer you get at the start. I'm still using her in my team because I've been able to upgrade her so easily, and she's still really strong and a really decent unit. I'll do future videos on strong characters and stuff like that, but just something to consider. Don't be afraid to build those 3-star units, because in the end, even if you build them up to their max capacity, you'll eventually be able to feed them to some of those natural 5 stars to get their final evolutions. So there's no harm in upgrading your 3-star units. The next one we want to look at. So we've gone through, that's the basics behind all the, the heroes, the summoning, the fusion, the dismantling, the campaign. That's all the basics. Now we're going on to all the other sort of daily and grindy stuff you want to be doing. So if we go over here to the Tavern, you'll have quests. So these quests, you just basically hit start, quick deploy, start, and that's it. You wait a amount of time, you'll get the rewards. As you go further, you'll get these harder ones to complete, which the quick deploy, now when you do these ones, the quick deploy just goes off the star level of your heroes. It doesn't consider like which ones are actually strongest. So as you can see here, it's selected these 3 heroes, which are not in my strongest heroes. I can go back here, select my heroes that I have actually got built, and then we will be able to see what my total score is. And as you can see, I'm just short on this one, so soon I'll be able to do that one and get those rewards. But for the rest of them, you just hit start, quick deploy, start, and then it's done. Really easy to do to get the rewards. Now, as you can see over here, we do have guild bounties, and it's not available yet because we are in soft launch when I'm making this guide. If too many things change, I will redo the beginner's guide, but I think it's going to be pretty basic. We don't have guilds yet. They haven't implemented it into soft launch. So obviously they're planning guilds. It's there, but it's just not available yet. Same with the chat system. It has guild chat, but it's just not available. And the next thing is the market. Now, the market you can go to, you can refresh it every 4 hours, like so. And the one main thing that I always buy is these common summon tickets for gold. 10k gold isn't too much. So I just buy them every time because, like I said, you want those 1 and 2 star units to be able to put through the dismantle. And you can also get some 3 and 4 star units with them. So if I go over here, we'll summon this one. See what we get. Get a 2-star unit, doesn't matter. I can go dismantle it, get some more of those gems, and then hopefully buy a 5-star later on. That's pretty much all I do look at buying in the market at the moment. Sometimes if I'm just short of upgrading a piece of gear, I will buy these upgrade materials for the gear, the equipment coins, but I'm not too sure on the value of them yet, so I don't overly go for them. Now we're going to go into the different battle modes. Besides campaign, you have the tower, and the tower is one you want to do side by side with the campaign. Basically, you want to be, when you get stuck at campaign, see how you can go in tower. When you get stuck at tower, see how you can go in campaign. You just want to work them up at the same rate because these advanced stones are really, really important, and you get a lot of them from the tower. Now, the reason they're really important is if we go to heroes here, for instance, I'll just go to this guy because I think I'm going to end up building him. If I upgrade him, you can see my level cap for him at the top is level 20. When I get to level 20, to get to level 21, I have to evolve him. And to evolve him, I need to use those rank up stones. So I can then evolve him, and then, like I said, these ones where you do need to evolve are when you get big stat increases and new skills and stuff like that. So it's very important to work on that tower alongside your campaign so that you can keep upgrading your heroes. The next thing we're going to look at after the tower is going to be the Crusade. Now, the Crusade is one of those game modes which I really do enjoy. You just go into it, it resets every 2 days, and it's one of those modes where your HP and your energy bars stay the same from battle to battle. So if your units are low health at the end of this battle, the next battle they will stay there. But it's also a good way that you can pull your energy and just take the game off auto towards the end. So like here, I'll take the game off auto when there's one enemy, let my energy bars get full, and then they're full for the next round. Now, I think this goes up to 12 stages, and as you beat stages, you unlock different things. So I'll just go through this stage, because when we beat this stage, we will unlock the first rewards that we get. So we'll see what that is if the game ever decides to load. There we go. And I'll just put it back on auto, start using some skills, get some damage in. And then once I've got them fairly low and I feel like I'm pretty safe, that's when I'll take it off auto, and there we go. So yeah, this is just one of those ones you want to do basically every time it's up. And as you can see here, I can go to the shop, but I also get some rewards. And the thing about this shop is it does have good value rewards. As you can see, I can get 2 of those premium tickets. Now, that is better value for those 2 summons than if I did the 2,500 gems for the summons. So it's a personal thing. I honestly buy these because I know I'm doing all summons, and they're actually better value per summon than using the 2,500 diamonds for 10 summons. So that's up to you guys if you want to do that, or if you just like getting towards your 10 summons faster. I always go for that. The other thing is you've got the shop here, so you'll collect coins throughout this, and you'll be able to buy pieces. Personally, I'm not a fan of either of those 2 5-star units, so I'd just be buying these fragments here to try and summon a better 5-star. That, like I said, that resets every 2 days. What I currently try and do is not really go through it until the second day when I've upgraded my heroes more so that they're at a stronger point. I haven't quite figured out whether once it starts, that's where it decides the difficulty of all the levels, or whether it scales with where you're at and when you complete it. So that's still something I'm working out, but if you want to try it, you can always just leave it to the second day. The next one we're going to look at is the Land of Quests. Now, the Land of Quests is basically your daily resources. It's really easy. Once you clear a stage, you can sweep it. As you can see here, we can get some really good experience here. You've got basically, okay, you've got the 3 of them. The first one's the magic one. You can only use magic damage dealers. Well, not only use, it says they're recommended. The thing is, the enemies will be immune to physical attacks, which means you can still put your tanks in. If you have a physical tank, feel free to put them in the front line here. They won't deal any damage. The enemies are immune to that damage, but you will be able to just soak up the damage as a tank does and let your magic damage dealers and healers do their thing in the back. Similarly, with the physical quest, you can put your magic healers in there to still heal your team. It's just that the enemies won't take that magic damage. As for the Valkyrie one, you can only use female characters. Unfortunately, you can't even put in male characters for this one. Now, with these ones, I do like to hold out to the end of the day before I do them. As you can see, the next stage of this one will unlock at level 70, and I am currently level 69, approaching level 70. So before the day is out, I will be able to get to that next stage. So it's just something to consider before you do your sweeps on these, if you will be able to get to that next level by the end of the day. The next one we're looking at is Arena. Now, Arena, you get a few free attacks every day. Besides that, you will need tickets. You can buy the tickets. I feel like that's a very, very endgame thing, buying tickets to do Arena. So it's something I'm not really looking at yet. But Arena, you do get some decent rewards. Now, if we look at this, you can actually set your defense team, as you can see here. Set whatever lineup you want. Be a real troll and set a bunch of healers and tanks. It's whatever you want. You can set your defense there. Another thing I do see a lot of is people with like 2 really strong units and then 3 level 1 units, so that you might get tricked into thinking their power level is low, even though they got 2 units that will just solo you. So definitely something to consider when you're looking at matchups. And to look at your matchups, you just go here, and as a basic guide, you just want to find someone with a lower power level than you or near your power level, and then check out their team. So you can refresh as many times as you like. So there's no harm in refreshing. As you can see, all these top people are pretty much above me. So this top guy at 32 is actually below me. So we'll click on him and see what he's got. And he's a bit more advanced than me. As you can see, he's got everyone above level 81, whereas I'm not quite there. I honestly think he will beat me, so I don't really want to attack him, but you know, we're gonna try this and see what we can actually do. And I got defeated. That's the thing I forgot to mention. I had the skip selected. You can actually just quick skip the arena battles. However, if you want to watch what happened, you can go back here, hit that play button, and it'll show you the whole battle again and see where you failed. As you can see, I lost a character in the first few seconds. I just got demolished. So we can skip that anyway. The other thing you can do is there's this notepad down the bottom. You can click on that. It shows you what your characters were doing. Their damage, damage dealt, damage taken, the healing done. If you're trying to figure out where your weak link is, who's not working, that's a really good thing. This does appear in every aspect of the game. All the combat, you can actually get the statistics. So really nice. But yeah, that's Arena. Just basically look for someone lower than you, check out the team, think if you can beat them. If not, don't, and just keep progressing like that. Fairly simple. The next one is the Labyrinth. So the Labyrinth is the last game mode that we have at the moment, and it's basically just you go into these sections, you click boxes, they disappear. You'll either find enemies or you'll find chests, or you can see the one in the bottom right there. That's a healing fountain. It'll heal my units. You get bombs as well, which you can use to detonate on them. I might do a separate Labyrinth guide later on, but it's fairly basic. You then attack enemies. It's the same sort of thing as the Crusade, where your energy and health bars remember where they are and basically carry on to the next battle. You will also find other characters that you can take with you on your battle and things like that. There'll be like resurrection stones and all that sort of thing. So just work through it. It resets every day. Definitely do it every day. When you beat enemies, you'll get some basically stat boosts for different elements, either HP or it'll be attack or something like that. So just get what works in well with your team. My main attack is physical type, so we're going to take that. Finish cracking those boxes. Beat the next enemy, then go through the door, go to the next level. Each of these has 3 levels, and you get good rewards at the end of it. That's the basics behind it. Like I said, I might do a more in-depth guide for it at a later stage. So we'll close that. We'll go back. And that pretty much covers all the basics of the game at the moment. Over here, we can see we do have the Celestial Island. It doesn't unlock till level 200, and I'm a fair way off that. I haven't been able to find anything that says what it is, so that'll be a nice surprise when we actually get there. The last thing I want to talk about is events. You can just hit that events tab on the left-hand side, and you get all the current events in the game, and you can work through them. And that's pretty much what the events are. Now, the last thing actually that I wanted to cover, actually there's a couple things left. Just stay tuned. So firstly, friends, you do want to add friends as soon as you get into the game. You want to get this claim and send. You want to get some friend points so that you can go to the wishing and you can use those friendship summons, because you do have a chance of getting natural 5 stars from these friendship summons. As you can see there, I got a 4-star. It's really nice. So get a full friends list. Make sure you send those friend points every day and receive them so you can do more summons. And the friends, the good thing about it is it's really easy to add. It has like suggested friends. You can just click through all of them. It refreshes every like 10 minutes. So very quickly when you start the game, you'll be able to max out a friends list. Now, the one little thing that irks me in the game is it's got a VIP system. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind the pay to win. It is what it is. The one annoying thing is that like features like when you start the game, it'll say like you can get to VIP 2 to unlock 2 times speed. You do unlock that after stage 6 something, and you'll probably get that on day 1, 2, or 3 of your play. So don't stress about that. This one is the one that's annoying. You need actually to have VIP 3 to unlock this. And basically, when you do summons, you get points. Once you've done enough summons, you've got enough points, you can summon a 5-star hero. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a stage where you unlock it. You do need VIP 3. So I did a test on my account to find out what you actually needed to get VIP 3. Luckily, it is fairly cheap. Like I said, I'd still like to see it be free by reaching a certain stage. But if you want a rough idea of what you'll have to spend, this Twilight Pass is really good value. I think it was about $15 Australian. I can't remember now. But yeah, $15 Australian, that means it's under $10 US. I bought that, and then I also bought the cheap monthly pass. They just seemed like the best value ones. And this was like, I can't remember, under $10 Australian. So for under $25 Australian, which is like $15 to $20 US, I was able to unlock that feature to be able to get the extra 5-star summons when you accumulate enough points from summoning. So just for your information, it's there if you want to spend to get it. If not, hopefully they do make it free at a certain stage for everyone. But that is going to be pretty much it for Mobile Legends Adventure. I think I've covered everything that I can think of in that one. If I missed anything, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments, join the Discord, hit me up there, and I'm happy to talk about it. But that is going to be it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.